comerciantes. This is week 2, song number 10, and this is going to be Cigarra, okay? This is a huapango, a really mean one, a really in-your-face one, sang by probably most famously Linda Ronstadt, but I mean Lola Beltran obviously sings in Aida Cuevas, and they do an awesome job, guys. So go ahead and listen to it if you get a chance, especially if you're going to be singing this song this week, okay? So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so chords for this song. We're going to play A minor, we're going to be in the key of A minor. We're also going to be playing D minor, right? Tercera. Segunda, E7. Muy bien. We're going to be playing G, F. We're also going to be playing a C. G7. And then we'll also be playing those same chords, but this time major, okay? So we're actually going to switch to major in the song, starting in minor. Take a second and look at those chords, and come back when you're ready.
12 seconds later.
Alright, moving forward, we're going to be playing a huapango, and a pretty quick one too, okay? So make sure you're familiar with the huapango. Everyone in the class should already know how to play one, but just in case you don't, go ahead and go to A minor, and then we're going to run through it really quickly, okay? And I'm going to split it up in 2 halves. Remember, the first half of the huapango, down, fan, slap, down, up. Second half, slap, down, up, down, slap, down, up, okay? The reason why I split them up in half is because sometimes we play the first half twice, sometimes we play the second half twice, guys. Sometimes we change chords from the first and second half, okay, guys? And it's a lot easier to remember that way, okay? So if you're not familiar, practice playing the first half. Again. Practice playing the second half twice. And then finally practice playing both halves, okay, together. Okay, there's going to be some other little rhythm patterns like in the beginning and in the middle. For the most part, it's pretty straightforward, guys, okay? So I'm going to be running through all those little special parts, okay? Keep in mind, guys, this version is going to be pretty cajon, pretty true to the standard way of playing it. But I might tweak a couple of things maybe to make it a little bit easier for you guys, because this is a pretty tough song. And more importantly, I want you guys to work on the technique, okay, than any fancy rhythm patterns, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with a little slow breakdown, alright? So we're going to start on A minor, and the rhythm pattern that we're going to be starting with is one that goes like this. So again, it's slap, down, up, slap, down, up, slap, down, up, slap, down, up, up. And then we're going to go straight into the huapango on E7. Down, slap, down, up. And then go into A minor. First huapango rhythm pattern. Okay, so this is why we were practicing those 2 halves of the huapango, okay? So, okay, all together, this is what the beginning sounds like. After we play that little beginning sequence, we're going to go ahead and keep going with the huapango on A minor. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. For the most part, everybody comes in where they're supposed to. When I mean everybody, I mean the people who sing the song. But there's those special people who like to come in when they feel like it. And does that make our job a little bit harder? Yeah, but it also makes us better musicians because we're listening to what's going on, okay? And that's the whole premise of being in a mariachi, guys. You're working as a team, you're listening to the trompetas, you're listening to the violin, and even though you're setting the time and you're keeping the tempo, you have to be actively listening to all those aspects of the música, okay? Especially the singer. So, for the most part, when we come out of the beginning sequence and we play that A minor, we'll be playing that one huapango pattern. And then we're going to be switching to E7, ya no me cantes cigarra. And then back to A minor. Good, so when we play that A minor, we're only going to be playing half of the first pattern. And then we're going to play golpes on A minor, G, F, and then a golpe on E7, but that's going to be the start of the new huapango, right? Okay, so again, from the beginning when the singing comes in. Golpes, A minor, G, F, E7. A minor, E7 basically until the singer decides, but normally it's about 3 wapango patterns, okay? A minor. First half of the pattern, and then we're gonna go into this pattern, this rhythm pattern that goes like this: down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, and no, it's not. It's a redoble, okay? Right after that first golpe, so like so, and then we're gonna be playing 2 G7s, all right? So that whole rhythm pattern right there goes like this: the first half of the wapango, and then the pattern. So again, that rhythm pattern one more time. So that right there takes care of the first part of the song. I'm splitting the song up in 3 parts, okay? So it's easier for us to remember and digest, okay? So after those 2 G7s, we're gonna go to C. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, and the singer's gonna cue us when to come in, alright? So be very cautious. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, G7, back to C, to E7, A minor. Okay, we're gonna finish up that whole wapango, and then we're gonna go to G and F, okay? So we're going to share one wapango pattern with G and F, except we're not going to be playing the traditional dun, 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 dun. We're going to be playing another rhythm pattern that goes like this: down, up, down, up, down, slap, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, slap, down, up, like this. And then straight into E7. So again, that part goes like this. Playing that E7 about 3 times typically, but again, it's up to the singer when she wants to come in. But let's say it is 3 times. Alright. And this is where we're switching gears. So we're going to be playing A, D, E7 in a little pattern rhythm that goes like this: slap, down, up, 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 slap. The biggest problem that I see with that rhythm pattern right there, and it's probably like the highlight of the song just because of the singer, and you'll find out when we sing it in class, when we practice it in class, is that we either tend to rush that part, or we don't think, or we don't focus too much on our manicos and our slaps, okay? Because we have to keep the song in time, right? We have to keep the song in time, and what's going to let the other instruments know when the beats are coming in is our slaps, okay? So the biggest problem... Okay, buddy? So I tend to hear this, or I tend to hear this. Make sure you practice that part. It's nice and slow. In tempo. So when it comes time to play at full speed, guys, you guys are ready, okay? So let's go ahead and run through that part. Last E7. A. The singer's going to kind of determine when we change chords, but for the most part, we're going to go with my version, okay? So, E7. So then now we're going to go ahead and play the second half of a D, wapango. And then before we play those last 2 strums, we're going to switch to E7. So it's going to sound like this. And then to A. E7. So now the very last wapango pattern is going to be in A, and it's going to be a little bit different, okay? It's going to go like this. Down, down, slap, down, up, and we're switching to A minor, okay, for that last golpe. Okay, so again. Okay, and we're doing that because we're going back to the top, guys, okay? So consider that half of the song, because it almost is exactly half of the song, okay? So after we play that last A minor golpe, we're going to go back to the top. We're going to go through part 1, part 2, part 3, and then finally when we get to the end, those last couple measures, instead of playing that, we're going to play a little outro, okay? So from the G part, I la la la. On E7, okay? So full speed. So after we play those very last two golpes, we're gonna have the singer cue us in when to come in for that last pattern, okay? That last pattern is gonna go like this: down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down on A. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and again that's gonna be a doble. Bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Just in case you were wondering, that was Ramsey singing. Look over the slow breakdown, and we're gonna be going on to the full speed playthrough. Okay? 1, 2. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, so that's it, guys. A couple of things I want you guys to watch out for. Make sure that that first golpe in the huapango is nice and strong, okay? Make sure it pops. That's going to tell the other instruments when the beginning of that measure is, and it's going to let them know when to come in their parts. It's going to make you guys tighter as a rhythm section as well, okay? And make sure those fans are nice and quick right before the slaps, okay? Other than that, guys, it's a pretty tough song, but it's so much fun, and it's a really good one for the singer, okay? So any questions, post them below. I'll be coming out pretty soon with Perfidia, and then we'll see what else we do this week, okay, guys? So back to the beginning.